Hey guys, today I wanted to go over one big change I'd like to see in Death Must Die in the upcoming patches. So, during your runs, as you're building out your character, you're able to select up to 4 gods in a run. Once you have the 4 gods, you can't get any more unless you're wearing a specific armor piece. But so, what happens when you take the first 3 gods? They are always random, and you can alternate between them. You can choose, which 3 you want. But once you have 3, the 4th god that appears will always be the Fates. Now, at first, I thought this was actually a bug, but I was scrolling through the Discord, and as it turns out, this is actually design intention, as far as I'm aware. They linked over to the wiki, and it says in there that this is actually intentional. So I think this is a bit of an issue, and I'll tell you why. Let's take Lorien for an example. Lorien absolutely loves to see the Fates when he's doing these runs. Gemini for extra arrows. Attack crit chance will give him more Bask in Greatness spam. And Lifeline on top of that will make him more tanky. And, a little bit of extra luck. Lorien doesn't mind a little bit of extra luck either. So even like Set Serendipity comes in handy for him. But, and even someone like Nixie actually really likes the Fates too. Extra attack crit chance on Nixie plus the extra life is actually pretty good too. And look, let's just be fair. Lifeline on any character is helpful, right? More life is more life. But if we go over to Merys, we sort of start to see the problem. Merys only has one spec in her skill tree that really synergizes with the Fates. That's her attack, her surge attack skill tree branch. Now, this is probably her weakest branch, and it's quite literally the only one that synergizes with the Fates. All of her other specs, she doesn't want to be attacking, so she can't take advantage of Gemini or attack crit chance. As I said before, everyone takes advantage of more life, right? But aside from that, all of other Merys' specs, she would prefer not be attacking. She'd prefer be dashing around, spewing out casts, even doing a lightning ring or summons. And the Fates just, they don't help. They don't synergize with any of those specs at all, pretty much. But the problem sort of rears its head even more when we get over to Skadi here. Skadi would love 4 gods that aren't the Fates. Imagine if you could go into Darkness 100 with Skadi and choose, I don't know, Nin plus Chrom plus Lady Justice plus Time, for example. That would actually be really good for Darkness 100 for Skadi. Unfortunately, being stuck with only 3 gods really limits some of these characters into what they're actually able to do with their kit during a run. And I think that's really the big problem here. Not only does it just make Lorien even more S tier, the fact that the Fates are guaranteed to show up, it actively hurts some of the other characters. And I think in a game it's all about sort of building out your character during a 20-minute run. I think this is a big mistake because I think it intentionally limits the sorts of character builds you can make. Now, would it be really strong if someone like Lorien could, take 4 different gods? Yeah, maybe, but he probably would still want to take the Fates anyway, even if he had another choice. And maybe you might want to go a different combo on him, but I actually think he probably would still want to go the Fates anyway. You'd probably want to roll the Fates on him. So I don't think that's a good answer or excuse or reason. You know what I mean? But particularly Skadi, man, Skadi would absolutely love to have a god show up that isn't the Fates, especially at Darkness 100 here. Now, to me, this is a balance sort of issue. To me, I obviously it's a design, a design intention or design property that they've put in there. But to me, it comes across as a balance issue because some characters just naturally synergize with the Fates, where some characters just don't. And being forced to have one out of 4 of your gods to be a certain god makes character building on some of these characters much harder. And someone like Skadi already has a massive disadvantage because her skill tree sucks and is super undertuned in the current patch. Now, obviously, we're hoping some big buffs come for Skadi in the September patch, right? But at the same time, I just think opening up the game by allowing the fourth god to be any god would actually make character building more interesting and meaningful during your run. You know, if if there's a certain character that would become too strong because they could get, I don't know, like Time and Crom and Lady Justice and Nin together or something like that, you know what I mean? Well, that's a balance issue as far as I'm concerned. I don't think you should limit some of the characters' potential, especially when Lorien already exists in this insane S tier kind of category. It's like, anyway, guys, if you agree or disagree, I'd really be interested to know. So drop a comment down below. I think this is something that they can change. I don't see why they shouldn't at least try. Maybe maybe I'm crazy and it won't work or something like that. But I don't personally see any reason why they shouldn't try to do something like this. I think it'll be really, really cool. Really open up the character building during your run. As you can see in the background, we've been doing some Skadi attempts at Darkness 100, and boy, oh boy, is it almost impossible. Not actually impossible, of course. You need super, super, super amazing luck during your run for all of the perfect blessings to show up. Now, there is also the armor piece that I mentioned earlier, the God Cornucopia, which allows you to take all the gods during a run. The problem with this, it then becomes much more difficult to level up certain boons or blessings that you really, really need to be a high level. Like, for example, you want your attack to come up a bunch when you're using an attacker, right? But if you have 10 gods at your disposal, however many gods there are, 8 gods at your disposal, all of a sudden it's much, much harder to actually roll what you need to level up. Again, Lorien is the one who takes advantage of this the most because he has the golden bow. So he doesn't care because he can just take all the legendaries and all of the master offers. Another reason why Lorien is S tier. But hey, here we are. So I'd like to see this change in the upcoming balance patches. I think they should at least try it. I don't see why not, especially during the early access period. You know what? If it ends up being too messy or too powerful or I don't know, less fun or something, then sure, change it back. But I think it's something worth considering, and I think it would actually improve the game and open up the character building even more during your 20-minute runs, which I think is awesome. So anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Thank you very much. We'll be back with another Darkness 100 run pretty soon, so hit that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you very much. I hope you have an amazing, fantastic day.